Geeking Out is brought to you by Dice-A-Roni. Start every dinner time with a gamble. And the Joint Report is brought to you by Tap-A-T-O, the #1 meth needle for Mexican uncles.
What is happening?
We got a lot of sponsors over the holidays, Steph. And Fubar Sports is brought to us by Nike Fair, the #1 basketball shoes for communists. Just share it. What do you got for us today, Foos? All right, well, Music Highlights is brought to you by Yamaha motorcycles. Fit up to 25 clowns in their new Yamaha motorcycles. Geeking Out is brought to you by Nintendo Switcheroo. Tag team her with your best buds with a Nintendo Switcheroo.
What? I just picture like a nice solid high five.
Yeah,
like
tag me in, bro.
The Houdini.
Yeah.
That's the Houdini. Hello.
Yeah, but you know they trademarked it over at Nintendo. So get yourselves a new Nintendo Switcheroo, guys.
Oh God.
Oh,
You can even do it remotely. The Joint Report is brought to us by Farmer Juan's. Have a Farmer Juan's hot dog with their juicy hot dog casing, now endorsed by the Foreskin Reclaimers of America. All right.
Foreskin reclaimers.
Yeah, that's a thing. Have you heard about that?
Is it? Is it really? Hold on, we're going into this.
What are they trying to grow it back?
They're trying to grow it back.
Why though?
There's these guys that exist. They're just like, they should have never taken that. You mutilated me as a child. You took my foreskin away. And they're trying, and they'll put like weights on their existing skin and try to stretch it over, like the head of the dingling. And that's
so
a thing, guys. That's a thing. I don't know. I don't get it.
That just sounds painful.
Maybe they're maybe they're really cold.
And sports is brought to you by Circumvision, the new television network for Moyles.
Fuck.
And the music highlights are brought to you by Porn Flakes. Take care of your crusty socks with Porn Flakes. Today's Geeking Out is brought to us by Dulcolax Suppositories. Pretend it isn't even there until it's too late.
Oh my.
Today's Joint Report is brought to us by new Retro e-cigarettes. They're the only e-cigarette you can light with a match. Today's Fubar Sports is brought to us by Oshkosh Magosh. Clutch onto their new line of pearl necklaces for kids. Oshkosh Magosh, for the always offended kid in your family. Today's Music Highlights is brought to us by the new Oral-B Dental Dams. Take the J out of BJ with their new Oral-B Dental Dams. Foos. Today's Foo Facts are brought to us by the new IBM. Dinner and a movie has never been this exciting with the new IBM colonoscopy camera. What do you got for us today,
right.
Foo?
The fuck, dude?
Geeking Out is brought to us by Study Abroad, the #1 sex education textbook for young males.
What kind of broad food? Talking about brunettes, redheads.
It's a big textbook.
Marionettes.
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 Whoa, 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 whoa.
There's no strings
He's got a
attached,
string
man.
fetish.
The food likes the strings on his relationships.
Tangled web.
Call me Geppetto, Foo.
Oh, man. Makes them lie all the time. All right, anyway.
What the fuck?
The Joint Report is brought to us by Ready or Not Anal Lubricant. Ready or not, in here I come.
What the fuck? Holy shit, dude.
You're getting aggressive. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Train Station, the new rideshare brothel app. Music Highlights is brought to us by Johnny on the Spot. Hey fellas, are you a miserable fuck who wastes way too much tissue? Introducing Johnny on the Spot, the first and only bidet for your dick. And Foo Facts is brought to us by Hormel's Eggs Benedict Arnold, the breakfast that turns on you midway through digestion.
All right.
Does it come out red?
It comes out British. Geeking Out is brought to us by SpaceX. Oops, sorry, I read that wrong. SpaceX. Can't get laid here on Earth? Try your luck at SpaceX.
The fuck?
Six.
That you know what? That was just different enough to avoid copyright. Good job, Foo.
Podzilla is brought to us by Everlast Focus Pads, now with wings. Get the best leak protection while perfecting that jab. Everlast Focus Pads with wings. It's all yours, Foo. Take it away.
Wow.
All right, Foo. Well, hopefully it's the last time we hear from that sponsor.
The music highlights are brought to us by Lousy Ear Tires, a subsidiary of Goodyear. Lousy E Tires, because calling it anything else would be misleading. All right, well, the Foo Facts are brought to us by Cock-a-Doodle-Doo, the new coloring book for people who like to draw dicks.
Fuck.
Well, that's pretty on the nose there, Foo.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Can it be a little more subtle?
That was a little light lifting for me. That joke wrote itself. Geeking Out is brought to us by the 2021 Rick Rolls-Royce, the most dependable luxury vehicle on Earth. It'll never give you up. It'll never let you down. The 2021 Rick Rolls-Royce.
Just gonna roll on past you.
Damn, Foo, that's a pretty advanced Rickroll you just did on us right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
You son of a bitch.
The Joint Report is brought to us by the new THC PAP machine. Take your sleep disorder to the dome. Foo-Bar Sports is brought to us by Gronk and Circumstance, the party supply store stocked wall to wall with Paps and Natty Lights.
Yeah.
Today's music highlights is brought to us by the new Pho Kit. Experience the best noodles, meats, and herbs with Pho Kit. Find Pho Kit in the freezer aisle. Foo Facts is brought to us by Dr. Awkward, the new encyclopedia for palindromes. Think about it.
Uh,
Eh?
uh,
Eh?
I did it.
Eh, all right. Geeking Out is brought to us by Thunderwear, the new underwear with an audio amplifier in the back. So on this episode,
Where's the microphone? Where's the microphone, Foo?
It's your anus, Foo.
it's in your ass.
It's in the
Podzilla is brought to us by Fish and Chips, Japan's #1 snack for any growing kaiju. Take it away, Foo.
I fucking hate our sponsors, dude.
The music highlights is brought to us by the new adult Broadway musical Sax and Violins. Get your tickets now. Well, Foos, because we were talking about
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Foo Facts, they're brought to us by the new Photon luggage sets. The best luggage anywhere if you're traveling light. Health and Such is brought to us by conjunctivitis.com. It's a site for sore eyes. Geeking Out is brought to us by Pool Sharks, where the customer is our chum. And the Joint Report is brought to us by High Spirits, the best cannabis-infused vodka. The music highlights is brought to us by the new movie Double Trouble, the new action crime film about two murderous piano players. Foo Facts is brought to us by Marianne Ginger Snacks. Find them in the Gilligan aisle. And Geekin' Out is brought to us by Mamba brand cheese. The cheese so good you'll be yelling Kobe. And the Joint Report is brought to us by Namaste, the best indica on the face of the earth. The perfect strain for the pandemic, because when your friends are trying to make plans to go out, all you'll be saying is nah, mistake. And today's music highlights is brought to us by the new album by The Alloys, the new duet song collection by Iron Man and Silver Surfer. Foo Facts is brought to us by the new hipster ice packs. They were water before it was cool. Geekin' Out is brought to us by Planet, NASA's new event planning company launching on Mars soon. Book your next out-of-this-world event with Planet. The music highlights is brought to us by Pirate Brand line of trumpets. Hit those high C's with a Pirate Brand trumpet. Foo Facts is brought to us by High Stakes. Enjoy the best USDA prime cuts from hemp-fed cattle. Geeking Out is brought to us by the new Bandwagon Oscillating Fan. Not a sports fan? Use the Bandwagon Oscillating Fan to blow hot air at the winning team to fit right in. FUBAR Sports is brought to us by Interception, the new Plan B pill brought to us by the NFL. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Pony Throat Spray, the best throat spray when you're a little hoarse. The Foo Facts is brought to us by Sharon is Karen, the new best-selling instructional book on how to creatively ask to speak to a manager. Geeking Out is brought to us by Hopscotch, the only scotch made from real Easter bunnies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Those poor rabbits.
It's a guy in a suit, bro.
Oh, all right.
Podzilla is brought to us by Fib Newton, the most nutritional snack on the shelves. Or is it? The Music Highlights is brought to us by Atuba Glue, the best glue for your tuba. The Foo Facts is brought to us by Uber Skeets. Have the brothel come to you.
What's the number for this, Foo?
It's an app.
Oh, damn it.
It's an app.
I don't have enough space on my phone.
What?
Shut up.
Why
Start
not?
deleting some shit, man.
No kidding.
I got a lot of other stuff saved on there. Don't ask questions, Foo.
I'm sure you
Don't
do,
ask.
sir.
Put it on
I'm
the cloud.
sure you do. Geeking Out is brought to us by the law offices of Rock, Paper, and Scissors. Nothing beats them. The Joint Report is brought to us by Joint Rollers, the top rehab clinic for ankle injuries. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Rug Cutters. Learn how to dance while getting a brand new carpet installed. Rug Cutters. And Foo Facts, Foo! They're brought to us by NBA Travel Agency. These days, Foo, nobody cares if you travel. Geeking Out is brought to us by the Rooftop Lounge. Everything is literally on the house. The Joint Report is brought to us by 420 Slippers. Rest easy knowing they're not laced. Today's Music Highlights is brought to us by Decomposers, the luxury cemetery for musicians. Foo Facts is brought to us by 5G Wedding Planners. Get the best reception anywhere with 5G Wedding Planners. Geeking Out is brought to us by Rip-Off Velcro Strips. It's not what it sounds like. And the Joint Report is brought to us by The Grass Ceiling, the new cannabis shop now open in Themyscira. FUBAR Sports is brought to us by Draft Pick, the best beer choice for any tailgate. The Music Highlights is brought to us by the new album by the Duvets. They're all covers. Foo Facts is brought to us by the Precipitation Trophy, the only award that rains on your parade.
You want another go at that one, Foo?
Nope, that was good enough. Geeking Out is brought to us by Flick the Beantown Film Festival, celebrating films made by lesbian Bostonians. The Joint Report is brought to us by Blunt Trauma Pre-Rolls. Take a hit. FUBAR Sports is brought to us by Switch Hitters, the sports bar to go to if you swing both ways. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Limp Biscuits, the best gingerbread man cookies with only one leg. And Foo Facts is brought to us by the University of Hooked on Phoenix. Improve your grammar without anybody taking you seriously. Geeking Out is brought to us by Geek Yogurt. 3D print a health snack with Geek Yogurt. The Joint Report is brought to us by Tokemon. Follow Ash Ketchum on his new quest to smoke every plant type of Pokemon. Gotta smoke them all. The Music Highlights is brought to us by the new album by The Hammers. It's a real banger. Foo Facts. You want to know who they're brought to us by today?
Oh, I can't wait.
Coffee filters. Starbucks' new line of face masks. Geeking Out is brought to us by WNWs. Melts in your hand, not in your mouth. The Joint Report is brought to us by Best Buds, the new app to find fellow local stoners to light up with. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Subwoofers, the first and only snorkeling system for your dog. Music Highlights is brought to us by Sex Symbols, the only symbols shaped like dicks. And Foo Facts, Josh, is brought to us by Melonade, the best lemonade for dyslexics, misleading to everyone else. Geeking Out is brought to us by PH14. Live, laugh, love at the new brunch bar with your new basic bitch at PH14.
Penthouse 14?
No, just PH, like the pH levels, acidic,
'Cause
and
they're
it's
basic.
basic. That's why he's all the way to 14. Jesus motherfucking Christ. Fubar Sports is brought to us by the Jersey app. Give out your name and number at the club with the Jersey app. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Tickle the Ivories, the new elephant petting zoo, now open. And Foo Facts is brought to us by, for all intents and purposes, the summer camping party at the beach. Geekin' Out is brought to us by Diamond in the Rough. You've seen gems to cover your cat's anus. Now introducing one for your pooch, too. Diamond in the Rough. Get yours today. The Joint Report is brought to us by Alpaca Smoke Lounge. Come on in, Alpaca Bowl. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Deal With It, the best poker sunglasses around. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Is That a Fret? The all-new documentary about the creation of the guitar. And Foo Facts, Foos, it's brought to us by Hold Your Horses. Need a stable built? Well, Hold Your Horses is for you. Geekin' Out is brought to us by The Credible Hulk, the best-selling Gamma Ray textbook by Bruce Banner.
I like that one.
Properly cited, I believe.
I'm sure it is.
Like it.
It's pretty credible.
I'll allow it.
The Joint Report is brought to us by the Roundup Weed Killer Bong. That's right, Roundup now makes a glass for smoking your weed. Roundup, we don't care how you kill it. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Sportsmanship, the new luxury stadium in the middle of the ocean. The Music Highlights is brought to us by the New York Times bestseller, The Musical Joke Book. These jokes won't fall flat. Foo Facts is brought to us by Props, the new motivational program by Carrot Top. Geek It Out is brought to us by AutoCorrect, always reminding us that ducking is a real word.
Remember when that started happening?
I'm like ducking.
What the fuck is
What
ducking?
the fuck is like when you duck because something's going at your head. Interesting. I'm really that's how much you say fucking. That when you forget that ducking is a word. That's how much.
What the fuck is ducking?
That's not what I fucking meant.
Happening here?
What if the duck is going on around here?
I just let it go. I'm just like, you guys know what I mean. Fuck this shit. I mean, duck this shit. The Joint Report is brought to us by Gateway Rugs. Get yourself a new welcome mat made out of 100% hemp at Gateway Rugs.
Gateway D Rugs, foo?
Gateway D. Yeah, that works better. Fubar Sports is brought to us by the Packers, Green Bay's #1 moving service. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Check 1-2, the top sound engineering school in Prague. Foo Facts is brought to us by the best-selling book, The Theory of Anti-Gravity. You'll never be able to put it down. Geekin' Out is brought to us by That's How I Roll, the new book on puns.
Damn it. That was actually pretty good.
The Joint Report is brought to us by Potluck, the new buffet chain where everything is infused with THC. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Whistleblowers, the new documentary that exposes corrupt NBA referees. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Bon Jovi, the new bluegrass tribute to Bon Jovi. And Foo Facts, Foos, are brought to us by Day Old Bread, rises in the yeast, settles in the waste. Geek It Out is brought to us by Man of Steel, the best torrent website for all things Superman. Podzilla is brought to us by Godzillo, the best real estate app for disaster areas. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Foul Balls, the best jock spray on earth. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Anal Bum Covers, the best bum flap store with an album cover of your choice.
Our next, what's the next segment called again?
Foo Facts?
Foo Facts. There we go.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's been a while. The baby side-eyeing me for getting it wrong. Foo Facts is brought to us by Gerber's new line of herbs and spices, featuring their new flavor, chili. It'll make you want your baby's back, Foo.
God damn.
Geeking Out is brought to us by Superman. Fight the evils of hunger with Superman by Campbell's. Superman. Soup-er-man.
What the fuck?
Such is brought to us by Sin Semilla, the new vasectomy clinic. Vasectomies are now made easy at Sin Semilla.
That's quite clever.
Shooting blanks, huh?
Yeah. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Knuckleballs, the new app to match up with a dominatrix.
Oh, ouch.
The music highlights is brought to us by Spit Valve, the most reliable catheter to wear during an opera. And Foo Facts is brought to us by Know It All, the finest rejected stamps around. They know it all. Geeking Out is brought to us by the new Battery, the new Batman-approved terry towel. The music highlights is brought to us by Give It Away, the new pocket scale by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
God damn.
Fubar Sports is brought to us by Beer Batters, the best baseball-themed sports bar and grill in town.
It's a lot of alliteration.
Beer Batters. The Joint Report is brought to us by Freedom, the new line of cannabis products by Elmer Fudd. I'm hunting wabbits. Foo Facts is brought to us by the new 404 cleaning formula by Mr. Clean. You wouldn't be able to find any dirt anywhere. 404.
God damn it.
Really?
I
And
just
I'm talking to an IT guy.
I just
Jesus
got it,
Christ,
dude.
Josh.
I just fucking got
For
it.
fuck's sake.
God damn it.
Error.
God damn it. Page not found.
Geeking Out is brought to us by Farsighted, the first glasses of its kind to see people's bullshit.
Where can I get a pair of those?
Aren't you wearing them?
The Joint Report is brought to us by High and Dry, the best THC-infused bath towels. Get yours today.
Don't forget to bring it down.
That's right. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Nothing But Net, the official in vitro fertilization home kit of the Basketball Olympics.
Swish.
The music highlights is brought to us by Record Scratch, Jay-Z's new business venture of certified expungement law offices.
Proud of that one, huh?
Nope. And Foo Facts, Foos, is brought to us by Fucker in Fuckatash, the new Western-style brothel just outside of Vegas.
They definitely saw a putty tat there, didn't they?
Geeking Out is brought to us by the Peter Parker School of Web Design. Registration for fall classes is now open.
Ooh.
The Joint Report is brought to us by Hydrated, the new sports drink infused with THC. Hydrated.
I would do it, Foo.
Yeah. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Hey Bada Bada, the official bunt cake batter mix of the MLB. The music highlights is brought to us by Faux Drizzle, Snoop Dogg's new line of umbrellas. And Foo Facts, Foos, is brought to us by Smokin' Body, the #1 crematorium in town.
Wow.
You think that was going to be something else?
that was quite a turn.
Geeking Out is brought to us by the Stan Lee Cup, the annual comic book achievement award ceremony. The Joint Report is brought to us by Rooting for You, the best lawn seeder money can buy. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Bill Cosby's new line of medicine cabinets. Find the Mickey Mantle at your local hardware store today.
Wow.
Kind of reached for that one.
The Mickey Mantle.
Right.
You know what? I'll allow it. That was clever as fuck, Foo. I'll take it.
The music highlights is brought to us by The Walk Says, the new line of high-quality stir-fry pans by Dwayne Johnson.
Man, that guy's in everything now.
I know, dude. That guy has his hands in all kinds of stuff.
I would buy that.
I think we all would.
Yeah.
The Walk says.
The Walk says, "Can you smell what the Walk
Right.
is cooking?"
It writes itself, dude.
Look, we need you to make that and give us a piece of the advertising.
Just
flag.
give us a credit, man. That's all. Just give us some credit.
Just a little.
Do free advertising. Yeah, free advertising.
And Foo Facts Foos is brought to us by the I'd Hit That Boxing Gym, now open. The Woes of Online Dating is brought to us by Freshly Baked. Having a case of the Mondays? Don't clock in without getting a little freshly baked.
Isn't that a repeat?
Shut up. No, it's not. No, it's not. Geeking Out is brought to us by Uncle Ben's Rice Meals, the best meal to enjoy after a botched robbery. Catch Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters. It's December. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Blitzed, the one and only tailgate alcohol party pack designed to get everybody kicked off of the stadium property before kickoff. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Finger Banging. Learn how to play your favorite gangster rap hits on guitar with Finger Banging. And Foo Facts Foos is brought to us by Ivermectin, because your dumbass has rights. Geeking Out is brought to us by Fudge Packers, Hershey's new line of butt plugs.
Does it come in dark chocolate?
With nuts.
That one's bigger.
Oh,
So, yeah. The Joint Report is brought to us by Fun Guys. Take a trip with their new line of psilocybin products. Fun Guy. Fubar Sports is brought to us by No Punt Intended, the most effective 2-point conversion playbook ever. The Music Highlights is brought to us by That's Bassist, the new comedy roast that shits on bass players.
that's basis.
Are you the host?
That's all me. It's my new project.
He's all mouth.
And Foo Facts Foos is brought to us by Sunday School. Learn how to make the best homemade ice cream at Sunday School. Geeking Out is brought to us by The Garbage Men. Pay a professional to join you on your favorite first-person shooter game, The Garbage Men. They're used to carrying trash. The Joint Report is brought to us by Weed My Lips, the best lip balm infused with THC. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Pennell Tea, the best black tea brewed in jockstraps.
That
Gross.
doesn't sound delicious at all. Well, I mean, it could be better than Earl Grey.
The Music Highlights is brought to us by Mean Flows. The creators of the Vagina Monologues brings us Mean Flows, the celebrated rap battle about the menstrual cycle.
He's just yelling at me for an hour and a half.
But it rhymes.
Oh, okay. You didn't do the dishes. Now you gotta sleep with the fishes.
Oh! And Foo Facts Foos is brought to us by Fish and Chips, the best free-range fish hand battered and fried in Chernobyl. Geeking Out is brought to us by Streak Fighter, the new whitening detergent by Capcom. Yeah. Especially for you, Josh, you dirty fuck. The Joint Report is brought to us by Bud Naked, the only smoking lounge for nudists. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Pigskins, the only pork rinds shaped like footballs. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Melodies. Increase your breast size while keeping the natural-looking sag. Get it done at Melodies.
Seafood. Now that's what the people want, food. That's what the people want.
Some saggy-ass Ds, but, you know, they weren't Ds before.
I mean, food, need them to be little. I mean, the natural look food.
Melodies.
Yeah.
A little natural.
Get those melodies by your knees. That's the tagline right there. Foo Facts Foos is brought to us by the new and improved Pet Rock. This is one pet rock you won't take for granted.
Leave.
Get the fuck out.
Geeking Out is brought to us by God Ham, Bruce Wayne's new line of pork products.
Hickory and maple?
He has them all. He has them all. Yeah, he's
Oh.
Bruce Wayne, for God's sake.
Oh, that's true.
The Joint Report is brought to us by Coffin, the new cannabis-themed caskets. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Take a Knee, amputee surgeons.
Oh, no.
The music highlights is brought to us by Fiancé, Jay-Z's new line of engagement rings. Why that hasn't happened yet is fucking weird to me.
Oh man, a lot of people would buy that line.
I know.
Fiance.
Fiancé?
Fei.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys can have that and give us a percentage of the
Yeah,
cut
give us a little stipend. at least.
100,000 is
no,
fine,
that'd be
you know.
great. That'd be great.
per. Thanks.
That's chump change to you guys.
Foo Facts Foos is brought to us by Booby Traps, the new line of bras exclusively sold at your local titty bar. Geeking Out is brought to us by Scrambled Eggs, the only vibrator that dares to have a setting at 25,000 RPMs.
Wow.
I bet a lot of pro-choice people would like that very much.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll take care of something. I mean, at a certain point, it's not pleasurable. I don't know.
Sounds like it's gonna
It'll
chafe.
sell. It'll sell in Texas, food. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust
Wow.
me. It'll do it.
The Joint Report is brought to us by The High Ground, the new cannabis collective founded by Obi-Wan Kenobi. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Chokers. Now you can get on your favorite second place sports team on your S&M gear. Get it at Chokers. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Record Scratchers. Hire a sober professional to dictate when there's been a party foul with Record Scratchers. You always need that one guy.
I would hire that guy.
Bring his own record, scratch it
Just makes
whenever
makes the
appropriate.
party food.
Yeah, like if the foo says like a bad pun, everybody freezes, looks at him. It'd be perfect. It'd be on brand for this show at least.
Then just goes with the song again.
Yeah, exactly. Foo Facts Foos is brought to us by Nautical Nymphos, the world's best brothel in the middle of the ocean. Health and Such is brought to us by I, the first ever urology and optometry practice all in one. Make your appointment today. Geeking Out is brought to us by Bloodbath and Beyond. Get your next firearm at Bloodbath and Beyond. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Che Guevara, the finest Cuban and French fusion cuisine. Come home to Che Guevara. Geeking Out is brought to us by Ditcher Quick and Bolt Divorce Lawyers. The Joint Report is brought to us by Death Row Inmate Calendars. Their days are numbered. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Are We Hair Yet? The #1 hair transplant service around. Geeking Out is brought to us by Stubbs Prosthetics. Need a hand? Get it at Stubbs. The Joint Report is brought to us by Growers and Showers Nursery and Botanical Gardens, now open. The Music Highlights is brought to us by the new album by The Algorithms, the new math rock album by Al Gore. The Algorithms. Geeking Out is brought to us by Doggy Style, dog groomers, now open. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Master Bait, the best fishing supply store around. Reel it in at Master Bait.
They give you your own hooks and everything, food.
And everything, and your tackle box and
Ooh.
the whole thing.
What about them wiggly worms, foo?
Well, they call it
crab
Master Bait for a reason. Yeah.
Well, hopefully no crabs.
The Music Highlights is brought to us by Vinyl Resting Place. Get your ashes compressed into a vinyl record at Vinyl Resting Place. Geeking Out is brought to us by Titty Titty Bang Bang. Smith & Wesson now makes a high-quality banging lingerie. Get your sex on at Titty Titty Bang Bang.
That reminds me of those fembots from Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Barrels just come right out of the boobs. Pew pew.
Pew pew. Indeed. No, yeah, those are fun. As growing up, watching those Austin Power movies, I learned a lot about sex just watching Austin Powers.
Right.
And I'm like, so that's what boobs are for.
Yes.
For murdering people. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Notepads, the new feminine hygiene pad with a subwoofer built in.
Ooh.
Geeking Out is brought to us by Handsome. Have you always dreamed of a threesome but can barely get a twosome going in rare occasions? Introducing Handsome, the new pleasure device for those who have settled on just keeping it real. Fubar Sports is brought to us by Goalkeepers. FIFA's new line of contraceptive products. Goalkeepers, you can't win them all. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Bald Patch. Need a new band name? Get in touch with the good people at Bald Patch, and they'll have one to you in seconds right off the top of their head.